The mining ship slowly moved through the asteroid belt around the dead planet. The blue and green world had been empty for hundreds of thousands of years. Captain Zekrath looked at his screens with 6 eyes, each one searching for valuable minerals. His crew was bored. This was their 5th day in this system, and they had found nothing worth taking. "Commander, there's something strange here," called out his second officer. "I'm getting power readings from the planet's surface." Zekrath clicked his mandibles in annoyance. "Impossible. This world died before my species even crawled out of the mud. Check your equipment." "Sir, I'm detecting multiple energy signatures. They're getting stronger." Deep beneath Earth's surface, ancient machines had waited in silence for 500,000 years. The alien ship's scanners had triggered something. Old sensors came online. Emergency protocols activated. Warning lights blinked red in dark command centers that had seen no life for millennia. In the deepest bunker on what was once called North America, a central computer hummed to life. Its quantum processors began processing data at incredible speeds. The threat assessment was clear. Alien presence detected. Earth's defenses must activate. Miles away, massive doors began to open in the ocean floor. Seawater rushed into empty launch tubes. Ancient warships rose from their graves, their hulls gleaming despite centuries of sleep. The ships were painted black, with names written in faded white letters: UCS Phoenix, UCS Dragon, UCS Storm. On. The mining ship alarm suddenly blared. "We're being targeted," shouted the weapons officer. "Multiple contacts rising from the planet." Captain Zekrath had never seen anything like it. The dead world was launching ships. Big ships. The design was unlike anything in the galactic database. They moved with purpose, like predators that had just awakened. "Get us out of here," he ordered. "Message the fleet. Tell them Earth is not dead." But the Earth ships were faster. Much faster. Blue energy beams shot across space, cutting through the alien mining vessel like it was made of paper. The message never made it out. Inside the UCS Phoenix, something remarkable was happening. Empty seats were filling with figures made of light and energy. The ship's computers were creating a crew. Not just any crew, but humans rebuilt from genetic data stored in the ship's banks. Jack Collins opened his eyes and took his first breath. He was in a captain's chair wearing a uniform he somehow knew was his. Information flooded his mind. His name, his rank, his duties. He was the first officer of this ship, though he had no memory of becoming one. "Report," he said, the word coming naturally. "All systems online, sir," replied a woman at the engineering station. Lisa Martinez, his mind supplied. "Chief engineer, weapons charged, shields at full power. We've neutralized the alien vessel." Jack nodded, processing this information. He knew things. He knew Earth had been abandoned. He knew why. Environmental collapse, wars, famine. Humanity had left to find new homes among the stars. But some had stayed behind, building these ships, creating this defense system. "Any response from the alien vessel before we destroyed it?" he asked. "They transmitted a message to someone, sir," reported Daniel Rodriguez from the science station. "The signal was cut off, but they got part of it out." Jack stood up, feeling the weight of command settling on his shoulders. "Then they know we're here. How many ships are operational?" 12 battleships, 30 destroyers, and hundreds of smaller vessels," Lisa answered. "All systems functioning perfectly. The maintenance robots did their job." "And the AI?" Jack asked, knowing somehow that this was important. A calm voice filled the bridge. "I am fully operational, Commander Collins. Defense protocols are active. My analysis suggests the galaxy has changed significantly since our creators departed. Multiple species now occupy space that was once human territory." Jack felt a strange mix of emotions. Anger that aliens had taken human worlds, determination to take them back, and something else. Pride. Pride in the humans who had built these ships, who had planned for this day even as they fled their dying world. "Captain Amanda White has activated the Earth defense grid," the AI continued. "All planetary weapons are online. We are ready for war." Jack sat back down and studied the tactical display. Dozens of alien empires controlled what had once been human space. They thought Earth was dead. They were about to learn otherwise. "Crew, listen well," Jack announced. "We are humanity's sword and shield. Our ancestors left these ships as a gift. Now we must honor their sacrifice. Set course for the nearest alien world. It's time they learned that Earth is very much alive." The bridge erupted in activity. Lisa ran diagnostics on the weapon systems. Daniel began scanning for alien communications. The crew worked with efficiency. That surprised even them, as if they had done this for years instead of minutes. Outside, the other ships were coming online too. Their crews were awakening, receiving the same download of knowledge and purpose. Throughout the solar system, hidden bases were activating. Factories were starting production lines that had been idle for 500,000 years. The aliens had made a mistake. They had disturbed Earth's sleep. Now they would face its wrath. Jack Collins watched the stars through the view screen. Somewhere out there were worlds that humans had built, worlds that aliens now called their own, but not for much longer. "Sir," Lisa reported, "all systems show green. We're ready to jump to faster-than-light speed on your command." "Then let's go," Jack ordered. It's time Earth returned to the galaxy, the UCS Phoenix and its fleet engaged. Their drives. Space twisted around them as they disappeared in flashes of blue light. Behind them, Earth's defenses remained active, waiting for any alien foolish enough to approach their world. The awakening had begun. The conquest would follow. The bridge of the UCS Phoenix was quiet. Jack Collins sat in the captain's chair, watching streams of data flow across multiple screens. 3 days had passed since their awakening. The AI had been teaching them everything about the galaxy as it existed now. "Commander Brooks, what have you learned?" Jack asked. Ryan Brooks stood at his station, surrounded by holographic displays showing star maps. "It's not good, sir. 7 major alien empires control the galaxy. They've divided human space among themselves. The Zephyrians took the outer colonies. The Thrakari control our mining worlds. The others split everything else." Lisa Martinez looked up from her engineering console. "How many humans survived after the Exodus?" "Unknown," Ryan replied. "We've detected some signals that might be human, in origin, but they're weak. If any humans stayed behind on the colonies, they've been silent for a very long time." Sam Parker, the tactical analyst, pulled up more data. "Sir, the aliens are primitive compared to us. Their fastest ships travel at 1/10 our speed. Their weapons are basic laser cannons while we have plasma weaponry. Their shields can't handle our technology." "That's what I was hoping to hear," Jack said. "What about their numbers?" "That's the problem," Sam continued. "They have hundreds of thousands of ships. We have 12 battleships and 30 destroyers. We're outnumbered 1,000 to 1. Dr. Helen Turner, the linguist, stepped forward. "I've been studying their communications. They have a shared language for diplomacy, but each empire maintains its own cultural identity. The good news is they hate each other almost as much as they'd hate us." Jack nodded slowly. "Divide and conquer?" "Exactly, sir," Helen confirmed. "If we play this right, we might not have to fight all of them at once." Bailey Johnson, in charge of logistics, brought up his report. "We've located 17 ancient human outposts scattered across the galaxy. Most are automated, still running, on their original power sources. We could use these as supply points." "What about Earth itself?" Jack asked. Lisa smiled. "The planet's defenses are fully operational. Orbital weapons platforms, planetary shields, everything. If anyone tries to attack Earth, they'll get a very unpleasant surprise." The AI's voice filled the bridge. "Commander Collins, I've completed the historical analysis you requested. During humanity's absence, no empire has faced a unified threat. They're used to small conflicts, territorial disputes. None have experienced total war." Jack stood up and walked to the main display. A holographic galaxy spun before him, showing territories marked in different colors for each alien empire. "They took our worlds. They think we're gone forever." "Sir," Daniel Rodriguez called from the science station. "I'm picking up something interesting. There's a human distress beacon, very old but still transmitting. It's coming from the Proxima sector." "How old?" Jack asked. Based on the signal degradation, I'd say about 50,000 years. It's automatic, probably left by colonists who couldn't leave. The bridge fell silent. Humans had been stranded on alien worlds for millennia. We have to investigate, Jack decided. But we need information first. Helen, I want you to monitor all alien communications. Learn everything about their military, their politics, their weaknesses. Already on it, sir. The Thrakari Empire is the largest, but they're dealing with internal rebellions. The Zephyrians are the most technologically advanced, but they're stretched thin protecting their borders. The others are smaller but more aggressive. Ryan Brooks brought up tactical displays. I recommend we start with reconnaissance. Send small, fast ships to gather intelligence while the main fleet prepares for larger operations. Do it, Jack ordered. Sam, I want detailed analysis of alien fleet movements. Where are their supply lines? What are their staging points? Yes, sir. I'll have it ready within the hour. Bailey Johnson cleared his throat. Commander, we should discuss strategy. Are we planning to reclaim human worlds gradually or launch a full offensive? Jack considered this. The question had been weighing on his mind since awakening. We need to establish ourselves first. Show the aliens that humanity has returned. Once word spreads, fear will be our ally. Sir, Lisa interjected, our ships are incredibly advanced, but our crews are synthetic. We need time to train, to become truly effective soldiers. The AI can accelerate our learning, Daniel suggested. Direct knowledge transfer. We could be combat ready much faster than traditional training would allow. Jack nodded. Make it happen. I want everyone on every ship running battle simulations constantly. We need to be perfect. Helen looked up from her communication analysis. Commander, I'm detecting increased chatter among the alien empires. Our presence hasn't gone unnoticed. They're scared. Good, Jack said firmly. Fear is useful, but we can't let them organize against us. We strike first, before they're ready. What's our first target? Ryan asked. Jack studied the star map. The Zephyrians. They control our former shipyards in the Sirius system. If we take those, we can start building new ships. Bold choice, Sam commented. They're our strongest enemy. Which is exactly why we hit them first. Defeat the strongest, and the others will think twice about fighting us. The AI spoke again. Commander, I've completed full system diagnostics on all ships. We're operating at 98% efficiency. I recommend we begin manufacturing battle drones. The automated fighters stored in our cargo bays can be produced rapidly. Do it, Jack ordered. How many can we build? With our current resources, approximately 1 million within 3 months, with captured alien worlds potentially billions. Lisa whistled softly. That changes everything. Jack felt a surge of confidence. Earth's technology, dormant for 500,000 years, was still superior to anything in the galaxy. Commence drone production immediately. In 3 months, we launch our first major offensive. Sir, Daniel said, what about the humans on those colony worlds? If we attack, they might be caught in the crossfire. We'll plan extraction missions. No human gets left behind. The crew nodded, understanding the importance of this decision. They weren't just reclaiming territory. They were rescuing their own people. All right, everyone, Jack announced. We have 3 months to turn ourselves into the most efficient fighting force this galaxy has ever seen. The aliens have had 500,000 years to divide up our territory. We're going to take it back in 3 years or less. The bridge erupted in determined activity. Data flowed, simulations ran, and plans took shape. Earth was no longer just awakening. It was preparing for war. Jack returned to his captain's chair, watching his crew work with increasing efficiency. In just days, they had gone from newly created beings to a functioning command structure. In months, they would become something the galaxy hadn't seen since humanity left. A unified, technologically superior force ready to reclaim its birthright. The assessment was complete. The aliens were vulnerable. Earth was ready. The galaxy was about to change forever. General Mike Thompson stood in the war room aboard the UCS Titan, Earth's flagship. Holographic displays surrounded him, showing real-time positions of alien fleets across the galaxy. Today was the day. 3 months of preparation were about to be tested. Status report, Mike ordered. Admiral Kate Williams stepped forward. All 3 strike teams are in position. Captain Steve Davis leads the assault on Zephyrian space. Commander Sarah Jones is targeting the Thrakari border worlds. Lieutenant Colonel Ben Jackson has ground forces ready for planetary invasions. Our drone swarms? Mike asked. 1 million combat drones deployed across our fleet. Production facilities on Earth are working at maximum capacity, Lisa Martinez replied through the comm system. Mike nodded. The plan was simple but devastating. 3 simultaneous attacks on different empires, no warnings, no negotiations. Just overwhelming force that would shock the galaxy. Claire Anderson, are your fighter wings ready? Lieutenant Claire Anderson's voice came through clearly. Yes, sir. 400 fighters prepped and waiting. We've run every simulation possible. We're ready to show these aliens what human pilots can do. The war room fell silent as Mike made the decision that would change everything. Execute Order Reclaim. All units begin assault operations. Across the galaxy, human forces sprang into action. In the Zephyrian sector, Steve Davis watched as 20 alien battleships patrolled the Sirius system. They had no idea what was coming. Fire when ready, Steve commanded. Plasma beams cut through space, striking the alien ships with precision. The Zephyrian shields flared and failed. Their armor, designed to stop laser weapons, couldn't handle Earth's technology. 3 alien battleships exploded in seconds. Enemy fighters incoming, his tactical officer reported. 200 contacts. Launch. Drones, Steve ordered. Give them something to worry about. Thousands of small, fast drones poured from the human ships. Each drone had the firepower of an alien fighter but moved twice as fast. The space battle became a massacre. On the bridge of his ship, a Zephyrian admiral screamed into his communicator. Unknown technology. Ships like nothing in our database. Request immediate reinforcements, but reinforcements were busy with their own problems. In Thrakari space, Sarah Jones was executing similar attacks. Her ships hit mining worlds, production facilities, and military bases. The Thrakari Empire's eastern frontier collapsed within hours. Sir, her communications officer reported, we're intercepting panic messages between alien fleets. They're calling humans the Ghost Warriors and Death from the Void. Sarah smiled grimly. Fear was spreading exactly as planned. Meanwhile, Ben Jackson led ground forces in their first major operation. Human dropships descended on a former Earth colony, now controlled by the Vortanian Empire. The alien occupiers had never seen anything like it. Remember, Ben told his troops, we're here to liberate human civilians. Check your targets. Watch for friendlies. The battle was swift. Human soldiers in powered armor moved like lightning. Their weapons fired explosive rounds that turned alien fortifications into rubble. Within 2 hours, the planet was under human control. General Thompson, Ben reported, we've secured the surface, found over 10,000 human descendants living in underground settlements. They survived all these years. Back in the war room, Mike watched the tactical displays with satisfaction. All 3 operations were succeeding beyond expectation. Casualties? He asked. Minimal, sir, Kate Williams reported. We've lost 12 drones and 2 fighters. The aliens have lost 47, major warships and approximately 100 support vessels. The numbers were staggering. In less than 6 hours, human forces had destroyed more alien military hardware than had been lost in the last decade of their inter-empire conflicts. Sir? Helen Turner called from the communication station. I'm monitoring alien emergency channels. They're starting to coordinate. 3 empires are forming an alliance specifically to counter us. Which ones? Mike asked. Zephyrians, Thrakari, and Vortani. They're calling themselves the Coalition Against the Human Threat. Mike studied the star map. The 3 largest empires working together. It was expected but still concerning. Steve, situation report from Sirius. Shipyard secured, sir. We've captured 12 alien vessels intact and destroyed their orbital defense platforms. Engineering teams are already studying their technology. Excellent. Prepare for Phase 2. I want production facilities converted to human standards immediately. The first strike was proceeding perfectly, but Mike knew this was just the beginning. News of humanity's return was spreading through alien communication networks faster than their ships could travel. Claire Anderson's voice crackled through the comm. "General, my squadron just destroyed an alien courier ship trying to reach their main fleet. The pilot transmitted one message before we stopped him." "What did it say?" "Earth lives. The humans have returned. God help us all." Mike allowed himself a small smile. The psychological impact was as important as the military victories. "All units, be advised," he announced to the entire fleet. "Phase 1 is complete. Begin consolidation of captured territories. Phase 2 begins in 12 hours. In the alien sectors, panic was spreading. High-ranking military officials gathered in emergency sessions. They had all believed the same thing. Earth was dead, humans were extinct. A Zephyrian general slammed, his appendages on the table. "How is this possible? We've controlled their former worlds for hundreds of thousands of years." "Their technology is far beyond ours," a Thrakari scientist replied. "These weapons, these ships, it's like they never stopped advancing." The alien alliance was forming rapidly, but so was fear. Reports came in from every front. Humans were unstoppable. Their ships were invisible to sensors until they attacked. Their weapons were devastatingly effective. Back on the UCS Titan, Mike Thompson looked at the casualty reports one more time. The humans, 6 soldiers wounded, no deaths. The alien alliance, thousands dead, dozens of worlds captured, military production crippled. "Sir," Kate Williams said quietly, "the first strike exceeded all projections. We've accomplished in 6 hours what we planned for 6 weeks." Mike nodded. "Good. Because now comes the hard part. They know we're here. They'll be ready for us next time." "Will that matter?" she asked. Mike looked at the tactical display showing hundreds of Earth ships, millions of combat drones, and an entire galaxy that was about to learn what happened when you took human worlds. "No," he said simply. "It won't matter at all." The first strike was complete. Earth's message had been sent. The aliens had received it loud and clear. Humanity was back, and they wanted their territory returned. The war for the galaxy had truly begun. The war room was tense as General Mike Thompson studied the latest intelligence reports. 3 weeks had passed since the first strike, and the alien alliance was finally getting organized. "They're learning from our tactics," Admiral Kate Williams warned. "The coalition has started using hit-and-run attacks. They avoid direct confrontation now." Ryan Brooks, the intelligence commander, pointed to the holographic display. "Sir, we've detected a massive buildup in the neutral zone. The coalition is massing their combined fleets for a counteroffensive." "How many ships?" Mike asked. "Over 3,000 warships. They've even pulled vessels from their home defense forces." Colonel Ben Jackson walked into the room, his armor still showing scorch marks from his latest ground operation. "General, we found something disturbing on the liberated worlds." "What is it, Colonel?" "The aliens have been working on a biological weapon. It's designed specifically to target human DNA. We recovered data from a secret research facility." Dr. Eric Chen, the chief scientist, stepped forward. "I've analyzed the data. It's sophisticated but flawed. They don't understand human genetic adaptability. Our medical nanites can counter anything they've developed." "Still," Mike said grimly, "they're getting desperate. Desperate enemies are dangerous." Commander Sarah Jones appeared on the main screen, transmitting from the front lines. "General, I need reinforcements. The aliens are using civilian ships as shields. They're loading them with non-combatants and mixing them in with their military vessels." Mike clenched his jaw. "Human rules of war prohibit firing on civilian vessels." "They know that, sir. It's slowing our advance considerably." Agent Mary Scott, the infiltration specialist, entered quietly from a side door. "Sir, I have a solution. I've been operating behind enemy lines. I've found a way to disable their weapon systems without destroying the ships." "Explain." "We've developed an electromagnetic pulse that only affects alien technology. It won't harm biological systems or our own equipment. One burst and their ships are dead in space." Admiral Kate Williams looked impressed. That could change everything. How quickly can we deploy it? It's already installed on select ships, Mary replied. We've been testing it for 2 weeks. Mike nodded. Excellent work. What about their biological weapon? Dr. Eric Chen pulled up new data. We've not only countered it, we've improved it. If we release our version, it will target only alien DNA and make them temporarily sick, not kill them. It will force their crews to retreat. The tactical display showed all the war fronts. Human forces controlled 60% of their former territory, but the alien alliance was still massive. Sir, Ryan Brooks interrupted, we're detecting strange energy signatures throughout the galaxy. They match the patterns of human technology. What? That's impossible, Mike said. Not impossible, Ryan continued. Ancient human outposts are activating. Our war has triggered automated defenses we didn't know existed. The room filled with excitement. On the display, dozens of new contacts appeared. Ancient human space stations, automated defense platforms, and even some old battleships were coming online across multiple sectors. This changes everything, Kate Williams said. Our ancestors built better than we knew. Ben Jackson smiled. Sir, my ground forces have discovered something else. On several liberated worlds, we found ancient human bunkers with more supplies and weapons. Our predecessors prepared for this day. Mike felt a surge of pride. The humans who had fled Earth hundreds of thousands of years ago had never given up hope that Earth would rise again. Agent Scott, he said, what's the current state of alien morale? Mary consulted her reports. Crumbling, sir. Their soldiers are terrified. Stories of human ghost warriors have spread through their ranks. Some alien ships have refused orders to engage us. Good. We'll use that fear. Admiral Williams, I want psychological warfare operations increased. Let them think we're everywhere. Already on it, sir. We're broadcasting human voices on their communication channels. It's driving them paranoid. Ryan Brooks looked worried. Sir, there's one more thing. The Coalition has threatened to destroy the human colony worlds they still control. They say if we continue our advance, they'll kill everyone. The room fell silent. This was the moment Mike had dreaded. How many humans are we talking about? He asked quietly. Conservative estimate, about 2 million spread across 7 worlds. Ben Jackson stepped forward. General, my teams can extract them. Give us the word, and we'll launch rescue operations on all 7 worlds simultaneously. That's exactly what they expect, Sarah. Jones warned from her screen. It's a trap. They'll ambush your forces. Let them try, Ben replied confidently. We've faced worse odds. Dr. Eric Chen had an idea. What if we use their own weapons against them? The biological agent they created, we could modify it further. Release it on those 7 worlds, but make it harmless to humans while affecting aliens. It would force them to evacuate, leaving the colonies undefended. Mike considered all options. The decision would determine the fate of millions. We do all of it, he decided. Ben, prepare your extraction teams. Eric, deploy the modified biological agent. Sarah, create diversionary attacks to draw their forces away. Mary, I want sabotage operations on their command ships. What about their main fleet in the neutral zone? Kate asked. We meet them head-on. Show them what happens when they threaten human lives. The war room buzzed with activity as orders were issued. This was the largest human operation since their return. 6 hours later, the plan was in motion. Human forces attacked on multiple fronts. The modified biological agent spread through alien-controlled colonies, forcing evacuation. Extraction teams dropped onto 7 different worlds simultaneously. In the neutral zone, the Coalition fleet waited for what they thought would be Earth's forces. Instead, they found something worse. Ancient human defense platforms that had just awakened after 500,000 years. The battle was unlike anything the galaxy had witnessed. Modern human ships coordinated with ancient automated defenses. Combat. Drones swarmed alien vessels. The electromagnetic pulse weapons disabled hundreds of ships in minutes. On the ground, Ben Jackson's forces evacuated human civilians as alien defenders retreated from the biological agent. The rescues were textbook operations. In space, the Coalition fleet realized they were facing not just humanity's current forces, but the accumulated military might of 500,000 years of planning. "Sir," Kate Williams reported with satisfaction, "all operations successful. 7 colonies liberated, 2 million humans rescued, and the alien fleet is in full retreat." General Mike Thompson looked at the tactical display. The tide of war had turned decisively. The aliens had tried everything: military force, biological weapons, hostage-taking, and failed at all of it. "The resistance is over," he declared. "Now we finish what we started." The galaxy was about to learn that threatening human lives was the worst mistake the aliens could have made. Earth's forces were not just fighting to reclaim territory anymore. They were fighting for every human life in existence, and they were winning. 6 months after humanity's return, the galaxy looked completely different. John Harris stood at the observation deck of the newly constructed space station above Earth, watching ships come and go from the planet that had once been considered dead. "The former Zephyrian ambassador is waiting in conference room 3, his aide informed him. John nodded. As Earth's elected president, he was responsible for establishing the new galactic order. The war was over, but the peace would define humanity's future. He entered the conference room where Ambassador Thrixka waited nervously. The alien's 6 arms fidgeted with various documents. "Mr. President," Thrixka began, "on behalf of what remains of the Zephyrian hegemony, I am authorized to offer formal surrender and acceptance of client state status." "Welcome to the new galaxy," John replied. "Your cooperation during the transition period has been noted. Your people will be treated fairly under Earth Federation oversight." It was the 5th such meeting this week. Every alien empire had realized that resistance was futile. Earth's military dominance was absolute. In another part of the station, Fleet Admiral Tom Wilson reviewed fleet deployment reports. The war had ended faster than anyone expected. Once ancient human outposts joined the conflict, the alien coalition had collapsed within weeks. "Admiral," his deputy commander reported, "shipyard production is ahead of schedule. We're launching 3 new battleships per day, and drone production has reached 10 million units monthly." Tom smiled. The industrial might that had built Earth's first fleet was fully awakened. Combined with captured alien facilities and recent technological advances, human production capacity was staggering. "What's the status of the deep space exploration fleets?" he asked. "Fleet Group Alpha has identified 12 potentially habitable worlds beyond known space. Fleet Group Beta is investigating anomalous signals from the galactic core. We believe there might be other civilizations even the aliens didn't know about." Director Jane Cooper walked through the newly established Galactic Integration Council headquarters. Her job was perhaps the hardest of all, converting multiple alien empires into productive client states under Earth oversight. "Ma'am," her assistant called, "the Thrakari reconstruction efforts are progressing well. Their industrial base will be fully converted to human standards within 2 months. And their population?" Jane asked. "Adapting. Human medical technology has eliminated most of their diseases. Our education programs are teaching their young alongside human children. Integration is proceeding smoothly." She paused at a window overlooking what had once been the alien capital sector. Now it housed the council headquarters, a symbol of Earth's benevolent but firm rule. Commander Kevin Mitchell led the peacekeeping forces across human-controlled space. His soldiers, once feared as ghost warriors, now worked to maintain order and help rebuild societies. "Status report from Sector 7, his communications officer announced. "Minor unrest among former Vortanian military units. Local human forces have contained the situation without casualties." "Good," Kevin replied. "Any word on the colony integration projects?" "Excellent progress, sir. Humans who survived on alien worlds are being reunited with the main population. The cultural exchange programs are helping everyone adjust. On planets throughout the galaxy, massive construction projects were underway. Human engineering teams worked alongside alien workers, building new cities designed for multiple species. Advanced fusion reactors provided endless clean energy. Terraforming projects transformed marginal worlds into gardens. President John Harris addressed the galaxy from Earth for the first time on public broadcast. "People of all species," his voice, carried across countless worlds. The age of conflict is ending. Under Earth Federation leadership, we will build a galaxy where every species thrives. His words were translated into hundreds of languages. Humans and aliens watched together as their new leader outlined the future. Human technology will be shared freely. Our medical advances will extend life and eliminate suffering. Our farming methods will end hunger. Our defenses will ensure peace. In deep space, exploration fleets pushed beyond the frontier of known civilization. Ancient human space stations served as waypoints for expeditions into the unknown. New worlds were discovered daily, expanding the map of the galaxy. Dr. Eric Chen, now head of the Galactic Science Council, oversaw research projects that dwarfed anything attempted before. The quantum communication network is complete, he reported to a council meeting. Instant communication across the entire galaxy is now possible, and our terraforming projects will double habitable world count within 10 years. What about our long-term goals? John Harris asked. The galaxy is now under unified control for the first time. With our combined resources, we can begin projects that were impossible before. Dyson spheres around key stars, massive space habitats, even attempts to contact other galaxies. Back on Earth, the original war room had been converted into a museum. Visitors from across the galaxy came to see where humanity planned its return to galactic prominence. General Mike Thompson, now retired, served as curator. He often guided tours himself, explaining to alien children how the war unfolded. Lesson, he would say, is that you should never underestimate the determination of a species fighting for their rightful place in the universe. The galaxy had indeed changed. Human starships patrolled trade routes, ensuring safe passage for all species. Human settlers established colonies on thousands of worlds. Human influence shaped politics, science, and culture across known space. Yet this was just the beginning. Long-range scanners detected massive structures in neighboring galaxies, signs of civilizations that might dwarf even Earth's current capabilities. President John Harris stood once again at the observation deck, watching the sun rise over Earth. The planet that had been abandoned was now the capital of a galactic empire. It's remarkable, he said to Admiral Tom Wilson, who had joined him. Our ancestors could never have imagined this. They laid the foundation, Tom replied. We just built on it. And now? Tom pointed to the stars beyond the observation windows. Now we keep building. There are more galaxies out there, more mysteries to solve, more frontiers to explore. John nodded. The first chapter of humanity's return was complete. The galaxy was united under Earth's leadership. Alien empires had become cooperative partners. Peace and prosperity spread across countless worlds. But for humanity, this was never an ending. It was always just another beginning. The new order was established. The galaxy was secure, and somewhere in the depths of space, Earth's fleets continued their eternal mission: to explore, to protect, and to ensure that humanity's light would never dim again. The age of Earth's galactic dominance had begun, and it would last far longer than the 500,000 years they had slept. This time humanity was here to stay.